Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. To everyone watching online here in the Philippines and worldwide, welcome to the Public Sector Productivity Webisodes. My name is Lorenzo, and I'll be your moderator for today. So before we begin, I'd like to give a big warm shout out to some of our attendees. Of the thousands in attendance today, we have the pleasure of being joined by agencies like DOLE Region 2, Tuguegarao, National Historical Commission of the Philippines, DepEd Province of Batangas, Philippine Ports Authority, Iligan, Office of the Ombudsman, Quezon City, Lung Center of the Philippines, Quezon City, DSWD, Central Office, SSS, Davao Ilustre Branch, PhilHealth, Talibon, Bohol, Securities and Exchange Commission, Pasay City, and to the many more in attendance, again, welcome. Now, we at the Development Academy of the Philippines play a crucial role in nation building by 1. Generating pioneering ideas, 2. Promoting partnerships, and 3. Capacitating stakeholders. And this is why we're holding these webinars. We want to give you new ideas, we want to connect you with people, and we want to help you do better. With that being said, it's my pleasure to introduce to you today's expert. He is a cum laude from Far Eastern University, Manila, with a degree major in political science and a master's of arts in history at the De La Salle University, Manila. He has been with the Commission on Filipinos Overseas for 13 years, initially as a program officer handling exchange visitor program, Philippine Schools Overseas, Arts and Culture Exchange, Virtual Centro Rizal Project, and now Overseas CFOs, Frontline Services as a Senior Immigrant Services Officer, which includes conducting the Pre-Departure Orientation Seminar for Filipino migrants and serves as the focal person for post-arrival partnerships. Currently, he is a member of CFO's ISO core team, especially in the internal audit, training, and knowledge management committees. Let us all welcome Mr. Paul Vincent Uy Avesilia. Good afternoon, Sir Paul.
Hello.
The floor is yours.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Lawrence. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all. I guess this is now the new normal. Greetings for all of us. So first, I would like to thank Development Academy of the Philippines for inviting CFO to share our innovation journey. I would like to begin my presentation by throwing this question: why did you join public service? Why did you join public service? I would like you to reflect on your personal reason. You may share your answers in our chat box as we go on with our discussion, and we'll look at it later. Today's discussion covers the following. I'll give you an overview of who CFO is, who are our clientele, frontline service before the pandemic, so of course project, rationale, development, and implementation, and ways forward. As some of you may not be familiar with the Commission on Filipinos Overseas, or CFO, let me quickly give an overview of what we do. So the CFO is a national agency under the Office of the President, tasked to promote and uphold the interests, rights, and welfares of overseas Filipinos and strengthen their ties with the motherland. Our main clientele are the following: permanent residents abroad. So if meron po kayong mga family members who are already living as a migrants, so probably they pass through our office. No? Filipinos who have been naturalized in other countries, Filipinos overseas who hold dual citizenship, Filipino spouses and partners of foreign nationals. So sa lahat po na may makilala na may partners or may, married to a foreign national, regardless of the visa type, pag sabi po natin regardless of the visa type, kahit po you're holding a tourist visa, as long as you're married, as long as you are partner to a foreign national, you are required by law to pass our office and get the guidance and counseling certificate before our friends in the immigration will allow you to leave our country. So aside pa po doon, we also have descendants of Filipinos overseas, the Filipino youth overseas, but this is only limited to the descendants of Filipino immigrants. So this does not include student visa holders. So we have the exchange visitor program, the Filipino au pairs in Europe. Now, you can see here the different government agencies responsible for the welfare of Filipino nationals. So for OFW concerns, it is handled by our friends from POEA and OWA, while immigrants concerns are handled by our office. However, under one country team approach, all Filipino nationals living abroad can coordinate with their respective embassies and consulates for any concerns. Now, Moving forward to the function of CFO Frontline Arm or the Frontline Division. It's called Migrant Integration and Education Division. Basically, our task is to implement programs and services which prepares Filipinos immigrants for practical and psychological problems linked to international migration. Now, let me share with you a sneak peek of our day-to-day operation prior to the pandemic and the implementation of our online system. From 1981 to 2003, our daily average of walk-in registrant is around 150 to 180 per day. No appointment procedure implemented at that time because the number of clients is manageable. However, starting 2004 to 2014, it started to spike at 280 to 350 per day for immigrants and another 500 per week for the seasonal exchange visitor participants. That gives us around 2,000 clients per week. You must understand, CFO is not a department agency. Current total manpower, including our cabinet secretary, is only 150. We never go beyond that number in our 41 years of existence. No? Out of the 150, 35 handles frontline operation, including personnel from our 2 satellite offices in Cebu and Davao. We recorded the highest registrant in 2015 with 92,998 immigrants. No? On an average, we registered 73,000 immigrants from 2014 to 2019. Next, we will go through the various seminar we conduct. No? The first one is the Pre-Departure Orientation Seminar, or PDOS. This is a country-specific discussion on the following topics: travel regulations, immigration procedures, cultural differences, settlement concerns. So this is a 2-hour seminar that addresses common settlement issues like finding employment, securing healthcare, qualifying for citizenship, and so on. Our next seminar, the Peer Counseling for Filipino Youth Immigrants, we are the only government agency that provides counseling session for Filipino youth immigrants. The objective of this program is to discuss how they can cope with culture shock, adjustment to foreign school system, and homesickness. Next, the Guidance and Counseling Program, or GCP for short. No? This is designed to respond to the guidance and information needs of Filipinos migrating as a spouse, fiancé, or partner of foreign national. The program includes one-on-one counseling, information assistance, and providing available support and welfare services in their destination countries. Next, we have Country Familiarization Seminar. This prepares au pair participants for immersion program in cultural and language learning in the specific European country of destination. And last, the Exchange Visitor Program. So this program is administered by the government of the United States to seek to facilitate educational and cultural exchange between our people and the people of the United States. Now, for my next slide, this is the registration form that our clients fill up upon arrival in CFO to register and attend the seminar. As a verifying officer, I have to validate each information like spelling, passport, visa number, address, check their documents. So these are the challenges from a frontline personal perspective. Now, let me tour you from a client's point of view pre-pandemic and without the online system. So we're going to watch a short video which illustrates the experience of our clients. This is a simulated video that we created during our innovation class in DAP.
May tayo na aeroplano. Malayo pa ang tatahakin natin. Malayo-layo ang Maynila sa lugar natin. Tara na, Utoy. Andito na pala tayo sa CFO. Ang layo-layo ng dinahak natin. Nakarating din tayo. Sa pagkalayo-layo ng biyahe, nakarating din tayo.
Morning, sir. Morning, ma'am.
Magandang umaga.
Apo, ano pong paglilingkod namin sa inyo, sir?
Nabasa po namin doon sa website, kailangan daw namin mag-attend.
Meron po. May mga requirements ba kayo?
Ito yung requirements namin sa PIDOS na sinasabi doon sa website.
Okay, tingnan lang po muna natin, ha? Ilan po ba yung anak ninyo, sir?
Marami akong anak pero dalawa lang yung aalis.
Ito po ba, ilang taon na po ba to?
20 anyos. Ano siya, PWD?
PWD.
Hindi namin nabasa sa website. Basta sinama ko lang siya. Kailangan
Siya po, ilang taon na po siya?
21.
21. Dala niyo po ba yung mga requirements natin para sa seminar po?
Yung requirements namin nandiyan na lahat.
Ito na po. Wala po kayong passport.
Nako,
Nasaan po ang passport ninyo ngayon?
naiwan sa probinsya.
Saan po ba ang probinsya ninyo?
Sa Camiguin pa.
Sa Camiguin. Naku sir, wala po tayong magagawa kasi ito po, mga requirements po natin, no? Kung nabasa nyo po yan, dapat dala nyo po yung mga requirements, no? Dala nyo lang po application forms. Wala po tayong mapoproseso sa inyo po. Wala po kayong passport, wala po kayong confirmation of permanent residence. Hindi po tayo maaaring maka-attend ng PIDOS kasi wala po kayong mga requirements. Pasensya po sir, hindi po namin kayo maaaring tanggapin. Balik na lang po kayo sir kapag kompleto po ang requirements po natin. Kasi may proseso po tayo,
Kawawa naman tayo. Ang layo ng binayahin natin, parang walang nangyari. Kailangan pa kaya talaga sadya ang mag-attend ng PIDOS?
Ako sir, kailangan po yun kasi ma-hold po tayo sa airport. Mabilis lang naman yun sir. Sundan nyo lang po itong mga proseso po natin. Tapos po, makukuha nyo rin po yung PIDOS natin. Half day lang po yan. Pero sa ngayon sir, pasensya na po kasi wala po kayong dokumento. Wala po hindi po natin siya maipoproseso. Hindi po kayo makakapasok para makapag-PIDOS.
Sige, sa ngayon, wala talaga kami magagawa kundi sumunod. Babalikan na lang kami sa ibang
Tingnan nyo
pagkakataon.
lang po yung mga nakasulat dito. Yan po yung mga requirements natin. Tapos sana madala nyo po lahat para wala na po. Kung sakaling may tanong po kayo sa amin, ito po yung cellphone number po namin, tawagan nyo lang po kami dyan.
Sige.
Okay po?
Okay.
Ingat po kayo sa biyahe po ninyo.
Meron kaming baong gulay dito.
Gulay, naku, pasensya na po, pasensya na po.
Depende namin, madagdagan ng pamasahe namin.
Bawal po yan sa amin po, sa labas na lang po.
Anak, walang nangyari sa atin ngayong araw na to.
So, kung sino po yung mga kasama po natin na nasa frontline din, I'm sure you can relate dun sa napanood po natin video. Mahirap po for us na magpa-uwi ng mga kababayan natin, pero mahirap din on our part as frontline officer kung wala talagang enough documents to process yung, kumbaga yung purpose nila sa pagpunta sa office po natin. Now, fact check, these are the feedbacks that we continuously receive from our clients. So sabi nila, it's too many documentary requirements. Complicated yung steps. Ang hirap makapasok sa appointment. It's too stressful. Too time-consuming. Inaccessibility of CFO offices. At that time po, we only have 2 offices. One in Manila and one in Cebu. So kung kayo po ay nakatira in Ilocos and you'll be migrating in United States, kailangan po nating bumiyahe from Manila, no? Sa 10 hours or 12 hours bus ride, overnight, sa hotel. So maraming expenses for our clients. No available parking. Kung makikita niyo po yung office namin, only 8 cars can park in our office. And then friendly employees, slow process. Ito yung mga concerns, ito yung mga feedbacks coming from our clients urging us to improve our service. So in response to the feedback, we implemented the reservation and registration system in 2015, even before we entered the innovation class of DAP. So ito yung online system na ginawa po namin. This system is where immigrant visa holders must reserve and register online before attending PIDOS. Yung kanina po ninyong nakita, let me just go back. Itong forms po na to, dinagay po namin siya lahat sa online para pagdating po nila sa office ng CFO, mabilis yung processing po natin sa counter. So less po yung waiting time. So only clients who present a confirmed reservation slot will be allowed entry to CFO. We implemented a no walk-in policy. Aside from improving the verification system, we also improve our verification process by allotting a maximum verification time of 5 minutes per client, which resulted to an improvement in the actual processing time of 2 minutes. Now, come 2018, this is the innovation team of CFO. Fact check again. Kumbaga, ito po yung mga baon po namin nung pumasok po kami sa innovation class, no? Online systems are already in place. We have the reservation and registration at the time. We have a highly skilled IT, and we also have quality management system in place. Now, we received our ISO 9001 2015 certification in 2016 in all processes, meaning our frontline division, policy, project, finance, and IT division, all certified. And we have a dedicated employees. Given the small size of our organization, the management was able to design a mechanic which allows exposing employees to various programs and services within the office. May sound tiring and stressful. But again, let me go back to my first question. Actually, during my self-talk, pagpagod na rin ako at that time, I always ask myself, bakit ba tayo nasa public service? Why did we join public service? I'm honored to be part of a group of professional servant leaders who are selfless. And yesterday, while reading your message po, your question to our guest speaker, I saw a question asking how can your management design program to promote innovative thinking. I suggest po, you start by building the right culture inside your organization. Now, taking into account the client's feedbacks and observation report of our day-to-day operation, long waiting time remains to be the top concern. Despite improving verification time to 2 minutes, as I have mentioned a while ago, there are instances wherein one queuing number is assigned for the entire family. Another concern is on client security. Even with an appointment schedule, some clients coming from the province would opt to arrive as early as 2 a.m. and camp outside our office para makatipid po sila sa hotel accommodation. So we did a brainstorm for the possible solution during our innovation class, and we apply the related world tool. No? Do you still remember the presentation of Sir Adrian and Miss Lian, which the related world tool centers on finding an alternative solution with similar benefit in another field. So going back in 2018, the innovators, Tinkerbells, no? We were inspired by the emergence of ride-sharing application, which offers fast, easy, safe, and hassle-free service. So sabi namin, gusto namin ng parehong concept ng ride-sharing app for our online setup, no? Pero the big question that remains is, can we do it? Yun na lang yung question na natitira during our brainstorming. And I would suggest din po for those who will go through this innovation journey, no? Pag dumating na po tayo sa point na can we do it, there are a lot of negative thoughts na papasok sa isipan natin. Kasi, di ba, if you remember, no, the divergent thinking, the convergent thinking that Sir Adrian mentioned no, last Wednesday, minsan yung mga ideas na papasok, talaga ba, kaya bang i-implement yan? Like for us, kaya bang i-implement, sabihin ko na po, but I'm not promoting, kaya ba i-implement yung Grab sharing application, yung kung paano nila i-treat yung fast service sa sa clients nila. So we compare our existing online system to a yellow taxi at that time. So sabi namin, gusto namin malipat sa ride-sharing application yung system namin. So of course, the resounding feedback from my team is of course. So parang we kind of play with the word of course to fit doon sa aming of course project, no? So fast, easy, and hassle-free, no? Ito pong pinapakita ko sa inyo right now, kung titingnan niyo po, original design po nito is for a mobile application. Wala pa po kaming mobile application right now, pero soon, no? So fast forward today, this is now project of course. So of course, it stands for Overseas Filipinos CFO Online Registration System, or yan na nga po, yung of course. So the of course, this is now the new normal appointment and reservation system of CFO. So clients are encouraged to register online. So if they're going to attend the guidance and counseling, any of these four, they are now encouraged to use the of course system. Now, the rationale of this project, one, enable immigrants to register and attend PIDOS at their own convenience. Second, ito yung pinaka-mas important po, lessen the expenses of registrants coming from provincial areas. No? with, of course, they don't need to travel. They don't need to visit CFO physically to process their papers, attend their seminars. So at the comfort of their home, pwede na po nila magawa yan ngayon. Third, continued frontline operations, regardless of weather conditions or other unpredictable disruption, such as what we have now. Fourth, a more client-centered PIDOS that allow registrants to learn at their desired pace. Desired pace, no? Mamaya po, papakita ko po sa inyo other information related to PIDOS. Thus, service that is readily available to immigrants who are in need of immediate registration and attendance to PIDOS. Paano po ito, no? Just to share with you yung operation namin, no? Offloaded passenger, ibig sabihin po nito, they are immigrant but they did not apply for CFO requirement, no? Attendance to CFO PIDOS is mandatory for all Filipino immigrants before they leave our country, no? Our friends from the immigration will have to check their CFO documents. So we issue a digital certificate, a CFO sticker to those who finish all our process. So yun po yung hahanapin ng immigration. Without that, they will not be allowed to leave our country. Kahit kompleto yung papers, kahit may mga visa po kayo, you will not be allowed to leave our country. So, paano nag-work yung of course, no? Ito po, it's a personal experience. It happens to me last month. Yung client ko was offloaded. Ginawa niya, umuwi siya ng Tarlac. Tapos, bumili sila ulit kagad ng ticket without calling us. So, nakabili na po sila ulit ng ticket. So, na-offload po siya early morning. Tapos, bumili po siya ng ticket. Kinabukasan, they contact our office evening, a day before nung flight po nila, no? So, paluwas na siya sa Manila kasi may ticket na nga po siya. So, since may of course po kami, so I suggested to him, sige, you register online. So, habang nasasakyan po siya, binigyan ko po siya ng special PIDOS, special seminar, no? So, kabit lang ng headset, online registration, after paying online as well, no? Kasi meron kaming GCash. So, pagdating po niya ng airport, nasa email na po niya yung clearance na kailangan niya for his travel. So, ganun po siya for number 5. Project success measure, we want to increase customer satisfaction, improve efficiency, reduce steps, promote cost effectiveness, improve our budget utilization rate, and maximize the time of our personnel. Okay. So this is the salient feature of our of course project. There are 4 sections that separate the different clientele of CFO. So our IT further developed 6 accompanying system to support our data banking. So we have online registration, online verification system, online payment, online PIDOS, online feedback, and the electronic certificate or the digital certificate system. So ito pong 6 na to, these are now all operational. Other salient activities of our, of course, project, we're planning a series of coordinative meetings, the continuous improvement of our ICT system, press release to our stakeholders, of course, training of users on new modules, no? So paggamit po na, of course, we also develop step-by-step videos, lalo na po kung ang users natin ay not that techy po. So meron kaming step-by-step videos that will assist them in registering online. And of course, we never stop exploring partnership to make our online system easy for our clientele. So let me just show you the project milestone. So we attended the innovation class sometime in September of 2018. Tapos, pagbalik namin in our office, we develop our proposal, we submit it to our management. Of course, there are a lot of revisions, but we got the approval of our Board of Commissioners before 2018 ends. No? So yung 2019 po, we started preparing our modules, our online systems. Now, as you can see, online payment, the learning management system, our chatbot. Then we started to beta test our system within 2019. Then last year po, sometime in January, we were successfully pilot test our US bound or our, of course, system with the US module. And on March 17, 2020, no? Who would forget this day, no? The day that our president placed our country to a state of public health emergency. So that was Tuesday, but our frontline operation continued serving our clients that week. So Wednesday to Friday. But come Monday of the following week, March 23, 2020, we launch the Of Course project to the public. To give you how it works, let me quickly run through the video. So that's the Of Course project. Now let's move on to the improvements and innovation that materialized when the pandemic started. So aside from registering online, our clients were also required to attend online seminar. We have existing publication already and supporting materials, which we updated and reintroduced to the public. So just to show you sample of our material, this is given to all PDOS attendees. This manual provides crucial information relevant to the clients. Now, if they prefer attending an online course, we also have an online module in place. This is available in our website for free. If you want to check on this module, pwede po siya. So, another one, 2020 po, hindi yung zodiac sign, di ba? We have the, minsan meron tayong matinitingnan in our horoscope, no? But for, I think 2020 is the year of Zoom. So suddenly our communication transitioned to virtual, including the conduct of our PDOS. And we were able to integrate this in our Of Course project. So upon receipt of online application for PDOS, they will receive a Zoom link for the online PDOS, which they need to attend first before they will receive their digital certificate on their emails. Yung mga friends po natin from the immigration, they know this procedure, no? They need to check the CFO document, the issued CFO documents to all Filipino immigrants pagdating po sa immigration. So, the digital certificate, yung nakita niyo po sa video kanina, right now, under the Of Course, we can generate it within the day, no? Even half a day, no? Sa maayos lang, kasi the usual process is, if you apply, let's say, if you apply for an online application for PDOS, our system will assign that to our verifying officer. So yung verification man po, mabilis lang po siya gawin. It will not take whole day to process, no? Minutes lang po siya. So after ma-verify, magbayad, mag-attend ng seminar, the digital certificate can be issued sa email address po nila. Did we stop after we connect yung online Zoom sa aming Of Course? Hindi po. Kasi we receive a lot of comments from attendees, from our Zoom attendees, no? Sabi nila, it's too lengthy, no? Yung discussion, napakahaba. Information overload. Tapos may iba, may nagko-comment po na na Zoom fatigue na kami. So to address this concern from our clients, we develop an alternative way of attending PDOS. And this is now what we call CFO Live. Kung mapapansin niyo po sa poster, para siyang poster ng pampelikula, no? So, we want to cater to the new normal needs of our clientele. Anong pinagkaiba niya sa webinar, no? We remove the typical presentation and seminar lecture format, and we package the information through engaging our audience in interactive conversation and inject some entertainment. So this makes them like watching a regular talk show. So ganun po yung ginawa naming strategy para, yes, it's information overload because we will be discussing their future life abroad for 2 hours. So pag kailangan namin pagsiksikin po lahat doon, no? But to respond to the needs of our clientele, pinalitan namin yung format namin. So we have Usapang Stateside at iba pa for US-bound immigrants. We have Balitang Hapon. So mula po sa title namin, Balitang Hapon, yung format po namin dyan is newscasting. So, newscasting po ang ginamit namin in presenting the PIDOS module. So, panoorin nyo na lang po in our YouTube channel. No? And then, ito pa po yung mga iba po naming talk show. No? Usapang Pinoy, ginawa po namin siya for Australia-bound. Usapan po is the parang slang term used for Australia, no? OS. Now, Usapang Stateside, ginamit Pinoy Nurse Edition. And then last is the Buhay Pinoy sa Japan, Konnichiwa Kabayan. No? Now, to give you anyone will attend this kind of program, live show, no, will automatically be exempted in attending the online webinar. No, so just to give you idea, please watch this last video.
Alamin ang mga balitang hapon. CFO of course, muling pinalawig. Abangan ang update sa travel procedure ng Japan.
Opportunity dito sa Australia and yung government tutulungan ka where they can.
Yun lang yung kailangan mong baunin sa first day mo is dapat meron kang positive attitude.
My wife was, she gave up the most.
Did you know that in the US, there's a tipping etiquette? Of course, tipping is not an unfamiliar concept to Filipinos because we do tip. But how much we tip?
Do you know that the most common problem every migrant experiences is culture shock? Culture shock happens when an individual leaves the comfort of their home and goes to a completely...
Hello! Basic Japanese phrases na pwede mong gamitin pagkakadating mo lang ng Japan or pag nasa airport ka. Ohayou gozaimasu!
Okay, so these are the results of our latest client satisfaction rating during the ECQ period. No? Courtesy, readiness, the knowledge of our frontline personnel. So, applying innovation in our frontline system give us some flexibility po in providing services that our clients really want, yung format. No? So, challenges observed. There are still some clients who demands physical transaction. And also, last summer, we have COVID emergency. So 80% of our frontline personnel got infected with the COVID virus. No? So, yes, ito po yung physical transaction would always be a challenge for us because of our situation. Second, the slow internet connection, may mga clients po. But kung ganito naman po yung nangyayari, we give alternative sa mga clients namin, lalo na yung mga walang internet connection. Third is online transaction is also vulnerable to fraud and abuse by third parties. No? Ways forward, we continue to monitor, we continue to improve our ICT system. Right now, we are currently translating our of course system and module into 2 languages, Filipino and Bisaya. So, to cater doon sa mga brothers and sisters natin in the South. And aside that, we improve our communication of service to the public. We make it more interesting. So yung papasok na rin po kami kasi ang uso ngayon, di ba, yung mga TikTok. So we'll try to do those kind of parang advertisement to educate, no? We need to accept ito yung the new normal of reaching out to our clientele, no? And then last, to capacitate frontline employees. Before I end my presentation, let me go back to the slide, no? To this slide. Why did we join public service? Or why did I join public service? Ako, I joined public service po because I want to be an agent of change. Sabi ko yung sarili ko. And it has always been my dream since I was in high school, no? I remember when I reached the age of 18, the first thing I did was to register in COMELEC and volunteered as a poll watcher during the 2004 national election. Now, why am I sharing this to you, no? I know all of us here has the same burning passion to serve and build lasting change for our country. Let's continue to use that as our motivation in giving the best service for our people. And to give the best service, I believe we need a proactive mindset. We must anticipate the future needs of our people by listening to their voice. Ano ba yung voice? Feedbacks, comments. Sir Adrian last Wednesday told us, join FB groups, online communities. Diba? Alam ba natin kung nasaan na yung mga stakeholders natin? No? Do you know their present and future needs? Again, I would like to echo Sir Adrian. No? He said, innovation is not just a skill. It's a way of life. We need to embrace it as part of our lifestyle. But for me, the very basic foundation before we can innovate, or before we innovate in government, is to know your deepest why. Why are you here? No? I mean, why did you join public service? Is it for stability? Is it for position? Is it for money? I'm not saying money is not important. Money is important. But to me, that is not my primary reason in joining public service. Nasa top 10 ko po siya. Importante yung pera eh. Kailangan natin kumain, marami tayong mga needs, no? Pero to me, that is not my primary reason in joining public service. No? Sabi ko nga po sa inyo, I want to be an agent of change in the government. No? Second, know your stakeholders' needs. Paano to? Paano ko malalaman yung needs ng clients ko? Our management po, sometime in 2016, required all employees to serve as public assistance officer for the day, to know their needs. Wala pong exemption doon, wala pong rank po doon. Starting po doon sa official na nag-issue ng order from our officer in charge, to our directors, to all our supervisors, all hanggang doon sa pinaka-last staff, we were all required to serve frontline duties. Yung kanina pong napanood yung video, the simulation video, yung lead actor po natin doon, siya yung IT expert namin. Yung lalaking nakasalamin, siya yung computer programmer namin. So kahit yun ang trabaho po nila, they are exposed doon sa needs ng client. Mas naintindihan po nila yung needs ng client. So nung ginawa na po nila yung kanilang programs, yung experience from the client, kasama po doon. Ibig sabihin, kapag gumagawa po sila ng program or ng system, tinitingnan nila, madali ba to para sa tao? Madali ba to sa kliyente? Kaya ba itong kunin? So sabi nga ni Sir Adrian, empathy. So I'll leave you our tagline, or I'll share you our tagline. Our tagline in CFO, kalidad na serbisyo para sa mamayan, abot sa labas ng bansa. Ang biruan po namin sa office po namin is 100 years from now, no? Baka hindi na siya abot sa labas ng bansa, no? Abot na siya sa kalawakan, no? Or other planets, no? We don't know ano yung future. Kaya it's very important sa atin lahat in the government to have a proactive mindset. Anticipate the future needs of our people. And lastly, I leave to you this quote from Steve Jobs. Sabi dito, innovation is the ability to see change as an opportunity. So not a threat. Marami pong salamat for giving me this opportunity to share our, of course, project and to be part of this 3-day innovation thinking seminar. Thank you. Back to you, Lorenzo.
Hi, Sir Paul. Thank you very much for that wonderful lecture. If I can just take away a few ideas from your presentation and relate it to public sector productivity. So, by virtue of innovating on this process, you were able to make it easier for people to avail of your services, and also you were able to make more people get your services. So easier and more people, right?
Yes.
Okay, sir. So for now, sir, we'll move on to the Q&A session. As mentioned, the team has been curating questions from the chat box, and we have chosen a few to be answered live. So our first question comes from Josefina Lakay. I'll read her statement. How does innovative thinking relate to ease of doing service or business?
Sa amin, for the innovation thinking process, again, before we enter the innovation thinking class, we are already doing innovation. No? So, yung sa ease of doing, siguro ang nakapag-contribute na lang is, di ba, when we do the brainstorming, sometimes weird ideas are neglected. No? Pero sa ease of doing business, ang concern natin doon is the processing time, paano natin mapapabilis siya. So, yung process of getting ideas, siguro ang nakatulong sa amin doon is parang we get all ideas, walang hindi magandang ideas. Yun yung nakuha namin from the innovation. And no matter how weird nga yung idea, pero kung mapapattern natin siya using the related word tool, mahahanapan mo siya kasi siya ng solution eh. So, yun. I don't know kung naka-share tayo ng idea.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I think that that relates to Ms. Josefina's question. Our next question comes from Sir Romel de Guzman. They ask, what other factors prompted the agency to innovate aside from convenience and the pandemic?
Like I said, no, we usually listen to the feedbacks of our clients even before the innovation. So, it's a continuous process na rin. So, parang wala siya talagang, yung super big factor is the increasing number of clients visiting our office. Kasi at that time, puro walk-in lang po siya. So, nung medyo dumami na yung clients na pupunta in our office, hindi na nagkasya yung capacity ng room namin for seminar. So, siguro, yun yung factor. Kaya kami slowly nag-innovate ng mga ibang processes po namin.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Our next question comes from J. Albert Padua. They ask, how are you able to convince the leadership of your agency to commit to the innovation program?
During that time, transition po kasi kami yun eh. So wala kaming appointed leaders. So ang naiwan po sa amin is the most senior director at that time. Siya yung management namin. So we were able to yung board of yung structure po kasi ng CFO. So during that period po, wala pa po yung cabinet secretary po namin at papasok pa lang po yung undersecretary or the executive director. So at that time, yung operation po namin is handled by the most senior director. So usually, kung may changes po in our operation, kapag pinresent po namin sa board of commissioners yon, usually it pass. Kumbaga wala kaming nagiging problem. Basta i-present lang namin all the information po. And then come 2019 nung dumating na po yung mga appointees po namin, they readily accepted naman po na this is a good project. This will help our people. Kasi ano rin po parang pareho po ng mindset yung mga leaders po namin na to go automation na sa service. Kaya wala kami naging problem.
Okay, sir. Great. That actually relates to our next question. This comes from Glide Kim Barandino. They ask, based on your own experience, how far or how near is the digitization of government services as compared to that in the corporate setup? And how can we push for better automation of public services in the future?
Siguro I cannot speak for the whole government. No? Siguro I can only speak sa agency namin. Yeah, so if I will compare yung digitization ng office po namin to the private, hindi rin ako IT. This is just my estimate based on my experience. No? So if we will rank it from 10 being the highest, I think nasa 8 kami. Yung of-course system po namin right now, hindi naman siya 100% perfect. No, yung system, wala namang perfect na system. Lagi namang may area for improvement. But just to share yung aking thoughts dun sa question ko. Right now, yung concern sa amin is, yes, digital yung pag-register po nila sa amin online. They pay through GCash, through Bayad Center, online. Pero yung delivery po kasi ng original documents namin, through courier pa po. Pero there's a big possibility within the year, we will be able to remove the courier service. Ano pong implication po nun? We will be able to connect our online system with the immigration. Ibig sabihin, kapag na-issue na po namin yung clients po namin online digital certificate, automatic, updated na po yung record niya sa immigration. So pag dumaan ka, nandun na yung record mo. So wala nang need for the courier. So yun po yung sa amin. So again, I cannot speak for the whole government po. Yung sa amin po, I will put it 7. Kung titingnan mo yung feedback dyan, majority are good comments from our clients, especially kapag natulungan mo yung clients. So kung halimbawa, pinagbawalan mo yung client, ibig sabihin na pinagbawalan po. In our agency po kasi, hindi ibig sabihin when you apply, pasok ka kagad or approve ka agad. I'll give an example. To those who are married or partners of foreign national, we have a law, the anti-trafficking. No? So our counselors are required to check if their relationship are true or genuine. No? So kung hindi siya genuine, kung fake yung papers mo, we will not issue you certificate. So most of the time, ito yung mga taong nagbabato ng mga negative comments on us. For service, bagal. No? So it will reflect. Kanina po yung pinakita ko sa inyo, yung may red. Diba may nakasulat po, parang to, slow process. Yung mga employees ay ganito. Anong ginagawa namin? We have a feedback mechanism report. Since we have the ISO procedure, no? All feedbacks coming from our clients are reported to the management. So halimbawa, yung pangalan ko yung mention doon, si Paul kasi very rude in his approach to me. So the management will call my attention, ano ba nangyari dito? Do a report. So may times po na pinag-aharap yung client at kami. And may times rin po, kung sakali nagkamali po kami, we will be penalized. So ganoon naman po siya. No? Now, siguro yung overall effect, again, kung natulungan mo yung clients mo, good ka. No? Kung pinagbawalan mo yung clients mo, kung hindi mo siya natulungan, no, for whatever reason. So ang pasok naman po namin is 4 days lang, so Monday to Thursday. Pero ang operation namin sa frontline is walang tigil. Monday to Sunday kami. Especially my boss, no? Halos naka 24/7 yan. Kasi pag may offloaded, we need to accommodate them. Pero hindi naman ibig sabihin na accommodate is, sige, kausapin ko si ganito, tapos na, hindi ganon, no? So, mahirap kasi siyang mahirap siyang sabihin na kung yung result ba is nag-increase yung yung good points from CFO. Definitely sa panahon natin ngayon kasi mas safe for our clients not to go physically in our office, pero there are some na yun ang prefer, no? Kahit nasabihin na namin, ma'am, baka magka-problema ka kung luluwas ka from this place to our place, no? Minsan, may mga clients kami na harang sa checkpoint during the ECQ period, no? Pero iba kasi yung mindset ng clients po namin. No? Kahit na may bagyo, kahit na may ganitong sitwasyon, basta kailangan makuha namin yung CFO documents namin. No? So, again, nasa journey pa rin po kami ng innovation.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, Sir Paul, for taking the time to answer those questions and to discuss with us the digitization of government services in the new normal, sir. So we hope to have you again in our future webinars. And dear participants, please don't forget to accomplish the evaluation form through the link we'll post in the chat box. And on behalf of the Academy, I would like to thank everyone for watching. We hope that you learned a lot today, and we hope to see you again in our upcoming webinar series, which we'll announce in our official social media pages, only here at the Public Sector Productivity Webinars. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.